Hey. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. I don't even feel like that, like, whoa. You ain't even see my stacks, like, whoa. We up on the sea, but that's my bow. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like, wish that I care, but I don't. And I swear, if you want, we can flow. Coming ready for the smoke. Murder, she wrote, but I don't even dare. I got places to go. Coming ready for the show. Sacred the goat. We got royal affairs. We gon' win on the low. Coming ready for the glow. You taking notes, have a seat, take a chair. You may think that we cold. Coming ready for the snow. Try to bear the weight, but it's too heavy. Try to get away, but it's too deadly. Gotta keep it sharp, so we stay edgy. Can I get ahead, so we stay ready? Coming at me, that's sad, that's joke. I cannot believe these lies, I'm woke. All that agree, but why you broke? When y'all need, come get your folk. I actually soar over these waves. When I get paid, I gotta know people to pay, places to go. Watch what you say, watch what you coming at me like that, like, whoa. I don't even feel like that, like, whoa. You ain't even see my stacks, like, whoa. We up on the sea, but he's heating up. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like, I never sit back, I'ma go and get that. I just wanna give back, people back. I just got my whip back, asked me when I got here, told her that I've been back. Brought a couple wins back, double cup of no act. I don't really have beef, but I'm still a Big Mac. And you know I got green, now we bridging the gap flow with me and my team. Cause we know how to scrap on the scene. Came up from the dirt, yeah, I know my worth. No, I will not sell, niggas gotta work. Do not kiss and tell, no, I do not serve. But I'll ride these waves, so get up off my turf. I actually soar over these waves. When I get paid, I gotta know people to pay, places to go. Watch what you say, watch what you coming at me like that, like, whoa. I don't even feel like that, like, whoa. You ain't even see my stacks, like, whoa. We up on the sea, but that's my bow. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like, whoa. Coming at me like that, like.
You make me happy.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Yes, fat phobia causes incredible harm.
First of all, bitch, I'm a fat ass.
Our whiteness is part of the problem.
Ouch, my ribs.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Emotional damage.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Ooh. Welcome everyone to episode 22 hundo and diez of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy Papa Swole, yo, back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is sponsored by Everson K2 Flexing on all you beast.
Fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
The fucking Catalina wine mixer.
What's going on, fam? Welcome to the show. Make sure you share the live stream, because guess what? We are live right now. We are fucking live. Welcome everyone to the show. How we doing? John, Terry, Andrew, Lacey is here. Tyler, Cerny, what's going on? All you swole sluts. Jennifer, Kim, how we doing? TCAP, Josh, how we doing? Chris in the fucking house. Hopefully you're not driving. My goodness, right? Mark, let's see, SH, Twisted Yoga Girl, David, Brianna, Michael, Amazing Doom, Jen, everyone is here. Paisan, we got everyone here. More America. All right. All right, so make sure you share the live stream right now. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good shit. TheDailySwole.com for all the links. Fam, we have a great show today. I hope you are ready. It is Wednesday, May the 25th. And we have an amazing Swole card today. I think a lot of you know what it is. If you're part of the Swole fam, you got Swole text, you got the alert, you kind of know what it is. So you could drop it in the comments down below and we'll get right into it. So let's summon the Falcon. Let's get today's episode started. Are you ready, Beaches? Fuck yeah, you are. I know you are. I know. Oh, fucking nailed it. Thank you, Falcon. Thank you so much, Freddie. Now, Leo is drinking, as he oft is. Leo would quit drinking. He would stop drinking so much, but his thyroid. But Leo's thyroid. All right. Leo would stop drinking, but his thyroid. Sorry, Leo. I hope your thyroid gets better. That way you can stop drinking. Hashtag but my thyroid. And we will give away that Swole card at the end of today's episode. So yeah, this is, if you're like, what the fuck is going on? Most of you know what's going on. If you don't know what this is, it happened a couple weeks ago, and this is one of the most popular cards now. But my thyroid, kind of like a all-encompassing excuse. No matter what happens, you could always say, I would have gone to work today, but my thyroid. And you got to have like the booze, like the aww. I really need to get that soundboard, like an aww, but my thyroid. So no matter what it is, just blame it on your thyroid, okay? What's going on, Terry? I was super tired, but I made it to the Swolecast. Hashtag but my thyroid. I wonder how Susan's thyroid is doing, asks Erin Rue. I know. Where's Susan? Remember Susan? We had a not really a troll, but someone that was like body positive in the chat once in a while. I'm surprised. I think we can all agree. Is anyone else shocked that since literally live here every day, I've been live here 2,210 times in a row. Never missed a day, by the way. So Swole fam, round of applause because we all fucking rock, obviously. Couldn't do without the Swole fam. But I'm surprised that we haven't had a lot of trolls. We've had some of those trolls where it's like, you know, subscribe to my fuck, sex site. Yeah, girls. We get that on Twitch sometimes. We get some of those porn bots, but that's only happened a handful of times. I'm surprised we don't get more like actual people that are offended in the chat. It's actually impressive now that it comes to my attention. It's actually impressive considering how often we're alive and how offensive it is to so many people that more people don't actually show up and throw in. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Maybe because it's a random time. It's fine. I'm not complaining. I'm not wishing more shitty people were showing up to the podcast, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it is what it is. Just impressive. All right, let's get into that tip. Shall we, fam? Let's go. Let's moisturize. Big old loogie. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Babe, just an inch. Shit, I got it everywhere. It's cold outside. That's what she said. All right, just the tip, fam. We are in. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? By the way, fam, it is Wednesday, and you know what that means? That means Balls Deep for Summer release party is going down Monday, May 30th. Monday, May 30th. So time to be announced, but the standard is 12 noon Eastern time. So I think it's going to be the same thing, 12 noon Eastern time. We'll do the live call. We'll just have epic releases. The Swole fam can call in. We'll just have a great time. That way everyone can be there, and the more the merrier. I know some of you might be doing something for the extended weekend, or you might be with friends and family that have served and you are honoring the day. But whatever you're doing, hopefully you can show up to Balls Deep for Summer, our release party, Monday, May 30th. And it's going to be a fucking epic event because we have some major new releases. I'm super stoked. This year is going to be huge. It's going to be a fucking huge year. It's a big year. It's a big year. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? And also, don't forget, this Friday, we have another overtime segment after the live stream. So all live streams are included with all memberships. So join the fam today. Get access to Monday's accountability meeting, this past week's accountability meeting. We have one every single Monday, live call. That's why the episode is always private on Mondays. Plus, you get the bonus overtime segment. So what's great about overtime is we launch new content, new edits, new drops, and also we go over content that is just too hardcore for the podcast. Believe it or not, there's some shit that we just can't even show here on the podcast. Even on the live stream, we just can't even show it. It's that bad. We go over some bad shit. Some of the stuff is fucking even worse. And we do some throwback videos. We usually watch a couple Drive Mall Gamings, and it's fucking awesome. Anyway, another overtime segment coming up this fucking Friday. Let's go. Wow. It's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely great. Love some fucking overtime. So remember, when you join, you can catch all the previous ones. So even if you're like, oh man, there's been like so many overtimes, you can join and binge watch them all. It's like Swole Flicks. It's better than Netflix. It's better than Netflix. Sick fucking games for everyone. All right, let's get into it. Oh no, Mark, watching the Mancast at work and someone got mad because they saw the edit that gets played at the beginning of the episode. Yeah, when I was beating up jabronis and fat acceptance twunts. Yeah, tell them to go fuck themselves.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Mark's not saying this. I'm saying it. Go fuck yourself. All right, let's get in the first post from Brenda. Brenda in the house.
What's in the box?
Swoleflix. All right, Brenda writes, I know I am pretty consistently under-recovered, but I did get to the gym for 2 abs, triceps, and biceps trisets. I had to go to the gym twice. The first time, all the teenagers were hanging out on the machines, staring at their phones, and every bench and half the free weights and all the cable machines were taken. These fucking jabronis. But I went heavier and didn't half-ass it. Oh, and somebody took a picture of me hula hooping on the dance floor by the pool the other day. Very nice. Round of applause for the hula hoop. And some 2 ceremonious thumbs down for all those kids. The worst thing that can possibly happen in a gym is to see a crowded gym and half the people are on their fucking cell phones. Cell phones should be, I don't want to say cell phones should be banned in the gym, but you should be listening to your music, and that's about the fucking it. You should not be sitting there texting or setting up your, I've taken videos and stuff in the gym before, but I use a magnet. I do something really, really unobstructive, and I don't do it during primetime hours. You have people that are trying to do like training vlogs at 6:30 p.m. in a gym. That's the worst. That's the worst. All right. If you want to film at a gym, come on, fucking go at 2 o'clock or something like that. Go at 11 o'clock. Go when it's fucking empty. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, my God. I'm actually planning on going back to, I'm going back to an iPod Shuffle. I'm going back to a little iPod Shuffle. You know, the ones they used to clip on there? What an underrated device. Anyone still use that? I'm going back to that because I don't want to be, using my Bluetooth headphones. I'm going back to the iPod Shuffle. Those things are fucking gangster. All right, post here from our very own Genevieve, one of our yoga instructors. Obviously, you know Genevieve. And she writes, shoulders, chest, and back annihilated me today. I'm back into hypertrophy training after a long haul of maintenance and full body workouts and intervals. This feels good. The slow pace, the heavy weights, the intensity, the time flies. And amazing how it takes 2 solid workouts for my body to say, feed me more. I burned through an entire workday's meals by 8:30 a.m. Loving this phase, and so is my bod. Look at her. She's swole stoned right now. Good for you, making some gains. Yow. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. I had an iPod. I had a video iPod. I had one of those little tiny ones, those little iPod Shuffle videos, and my car got broken into after I only had it for like a week or so, and it was in a North Face bag, and it got stolen. It got stolen. A bunch of stuff got stolen. I had like protein powder in there, which I was pissed. I had like an entire container of protein powder. I had my iPod video Shuffle, and it it was my North Face bag. It was a shitty situation. It was a shitty situation. But I remember that. iPod shuffle for the win. iPod shuffle for the win. Okay, let's see here. Post here from Olivia. Olivia, hey fam, been a long time listener of the podcast, but I just joined a month ago and I absolutely love this group. Anyways, I'm currently on a cruise ship, which is my first vacation since COVID started. I had this trip booked in 2020 and it got pushed back many, many times. I share this because I'm on a cruise, and as some of you may know, you don't have access to any high quality foods, and as such, it definitely wouldn't have been my first choice for a vacation for that reason now that I focus so much on my health. But I paid for this 2 years ago, so I'm doing my best to stick to my elimination while I'm on the boat. Damn, that's tough on a cruise ship. But this is definitely a tough transition from home where I eat pastured eggs and ribeyes every day. Yikes. Yikes. I haven't done the whole cruise thing, but they're just literally like floating toilets for people just to stuff their face. People just go on cruises so they can eat. Everyone talks about, oh, I love cruises. Fuck you. Tons of fun. You just like to eat. I just have to share what I've noticed. Literally 90% of the people on this cruise are overweight or obese. Yeah, shocker. It is sad that the gym is pretty empty most of the day and the buffet is constantly full. Not to mention the 24-hour pizza and ice cream stations that parents just let their kids have as much as they want every day of the trip. Papa talks about the overweight population all the time on the podcast, but since the only places I really go are the gym and work, I'm never really exposed enough to see how overweight the population really is, but it is out of control. Our culture as a whole really needs a wake-up call. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Olivia.
Another example of cake gender would be if someone feels like they have different layers or flavors to their particular gender.
I mean, giving a whole new concept to cake gender. I mean, these are people that are just eating so much cake, they're just turning into a cake. Oof, man, sticking to an elimination on a cruise, is that even possible? My God, I don't even know if that's even possible. Good for you. Good for you. Oof. All right. We got a post here from our very own Ren, and she writes, it may not seem like much, but I'm happy to be able to add 5-pound plates on this bar and do chest presses for a while. I could hardly lift the bar. My goal in time is to be able to do 25-pound plates. Wish me luck. Hashtag go to the fucking gym. Let's fucking go. That's great. That's fantastic. 5-pound plates on the bar. Look, we all start somewhere. All right. And a lot of times when you're trying new things, we talked about this yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that if you, let's say, normally do dumbbells, even if you're stronger with dumbbells, if you go to a barbell, you're going to have to drop the weight because usually it's going to be a control issue, especially if you've never had real experience doing barbell work, or vice versa. If you always do barbell, you go to dumbbell, it's just the coordination. It's like riding a bike. You're still going to be strong, but it's going to be a little bit more uncoordinated until you master that movement. You need to get that coordination back, and you need to experience, like when you're doing kettlebells. Even if you're strong, but you don't know the technique of the kettlebells, it's going to take you time to build up in strength. Same thing with mace bells or steel clubs. It's just the type of movement. And that's fantastic. And progress is progress. And 5 pounds turns into 10 pounds, and 10 pounds turns into 20 pounds. And here's another thing that I think needs to get more popular in gyms. What do you think about change plates? I think we need more 1-pound plates. I think it's really kind of fucked up, don't you think? I know it's cheaper and I know it takes up less space, but how awesome would it be if gyms had, and some of them do, some gyms have it when you have 15 pounds and you have 17 and a half and then you have 20 pounds, but more gyms should have that. More gyms should have like 15 pounds, 16 pounds, 17 pound. I know dumbbells, but just think about it, because maybe at the higher weights, maybe you don't need 90-pound dumbbells and then 91s, but sometimes for certain exercise, it'd be great to have like a 13-pound dumbbell. It would just be just enough for that kind of stress where you wouldn't have to make the jump from a 12 to a 15 or a 10 to a 15, or even getting more 1-pound plates. Because what a lot of people don't understand is when you're squatting, let's say 315, you have 3 plates on each side. Even sometimes putting 2.5 on each side, that's an additional 5 pounds. Maybe it's a little bit too much, but sometimes when you're really getting to your peak of your strength and you're really, you're getting down to like the 4, 5, or 6 rep range. You want to put on some more weight, but you don't want to drop it all the way down to like a 2 rep max. You might want to put on 0.5 pound or a 1/4 pound or a 1-pounder. So I just think it should be something that's a little bit more popular because people think that they have to go from, let's say, a 45 on each side. You're benching 135, for example, and then guys want to see bigger plates. So you put on a 25 when you really should be putting on a 10 and a 5 and a 2.5. You really should be stacking more plates. In other words, more little increments would be good. Remember, adding a pound to each side is still 2 more pounds, or adding a pound total. It's still more weight. That's the whole thing, more weight with control. Just saying. You should be looking for any kind of overload, and a pound is a pound is a pound is a pound. All right, we got a post here from Stella. Managed to find a before. My God, I didn't know I was that fat. Never again. And I do have a Hashimoto syndrome, but my thyroid. So no excuses, no bullshit. Good for you. Perfect timing. Look at you. Completely different. Completely different. You got the muscle definition, looking great. And you look great before too, but you just probably feel better. You feel better. You don't have the extra weight. Plus you're having more muscle mass. So good for you, Stella. Round of applause. Stella making some sick fucking gains. Always nice to find a before picture and see that contrast, because when you're living with yourself every day, you're looking in the mirror every day, you don't notice those subtle changes. You don't make transformations. You don't lose 30 pounds fast. You still lose 1 pound at a time. So when you go and you see, that's why when you're looking in the mirror or you're assessing yourself, you think you haven't made that much progress. And then someone who hasn't seen you for 3 months shows up and they're like, oh my God, you look completely different. You look so much better, or you look so much smaller. Holy shit, you changed. And you're like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, I've been taking care of my health. Like, no, you are like completely. It's because they're seeing the before and after. You're just used to seeing your slow transformation, right? Watching paint dry or watching a tea kettle boil. So always nice to have some pictures and get some context. All right, fam. Excellent. Time for some knowledge cock. The Swole fam was dropping the knowledge cock already. Now it's time for Papa to drop some knowledge cock.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
No one knows what you're talking about ever. Jesus Christ. Okay, fam, it's time for Papa to drop that thick old veiny knowledge cock.
Because
All right, time for that salchicha. Drop in the comments down below. Hashtag Ask Papa Swole. We got some questions from Instagram. We'll take some from the live stream. And yeah, let's see what we got here. All right, Mark. What's up? All right, Mark, what's your thoughts on alternating deadlifts? I do straight bar deadlift 1 week and switch to hex bar the next week. I feel as if it's really helped my performance, but I'd like to hear input. You don't necessarily need to switch week to week. And here's another thing. There's this strange obsession that people get into in order to compare themselves to other people, right? There's standardized ways of lifting. So there's the standard if you're doing powerlifting. There's a standard, there's like the big 3, right? Bench, squat, and deadlift. But really how you deadlift, or whether or not you do actually deadlift, I'm not going to sit here and be like, deadlifts are dangerous. They're bad for you. They certainly can be, but so can dropping a weight on your foot. So if you're doing it wrong, if you're trying to go too heavy, if you have terrible form, or you're not recovered enough, right? If you have movement compensations, yeah, any or most exercise, fucking walking down the street is going to be dangerous, right? So it's only dangerous, relatively speaking. But whenever we're talking about exercises, it's really about risk and reward. Are you getting the most reward that you should be getting for the risk you're putting into the exercise? And for most people, in my opinion, deadlift is a lot more risk than the reward. And a lot of people don't understand that deadlifts need to be customized. So some people that have shorter legs and longer arms, you have a really good structure for deadlifts. But if you have shorter arms and longer legs, you're going to have a real tough time getting into a good position for deadlifts. So you might have to elevate the bar, do rack pulls, things like that. So hex bar, if you don't know what that is, that's like the not circular, but it's a hex. It's a hex bar. You stand in the middle of it. That is great because it allows you to stay more upright and allows you to keep the weight more over your center of gravity. So you don't have to lean forward as much. So there's a lot more glute activation than, I shouldn't say glute activation, but it's a little bit more, I would say probably a little bit more quads too, but it's more distributed. It's a lot less, in my opinion, on the lower back. So it's a safer position for most people. Doesn't mean you can't do the standard deadlift safe, but for most people, you want to get the movement. You're training. So when you're training, you're trying to optimize the lifts for your structure and maximize your mobility. So I would definitely recommend trying different kinds and see what works best for you. Doesn't mean you can't do a standard conventional deadlift, but I would definitely recommend trying the hex bar. And personally, I love doing both. I gained most of my mass doing standard deadlifts, but it's very neurologically overloading. So it takes a while to recover oftentimes from deadlifts, but you might find you recover faster from hex bar and you can get more workload in over the course of a week and make more gains overall. Yeah. You feel that? You feel that? That was nice.
Crucifixion is good.
Smell it?
Out of the door, line on the left, one cross each.
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
All right, Michael, Papa Swolio. Hey, Papa, just joined the fam today. Welcome to the fam. Biceps and gorillas for Michael. Welcome, welcome. Just joined the fam today, actually. I was wondering, as I prepared to do the elimination diet, cleaning cabinets, shopping a bit, is unflavored protein powder off limits? I would recommend getting a grass-fed whey isolate. And like we always talk about when it comes to the elimination diet, you can only test what you eliminate. So if you're still eating something, you're not testing your sensitivity with it. So if you keep that in your profile, make sure you also go without that at least after you do the elimination to see how it affects you. So the more issues you have, the more autoimmune reactions or issues you're suffering from, the stricter you should be with your elimination diet. But if you feel pretty good already, you can tighten things up. It's really about what you're eliminating for the 4, 6, 8 weeks, and then testing things at a time. I know it might seem a little bit more challenging to get your protein in if you're eliminating all these other things, but you can still eat grass-fed beef and things like that. So quality is very important for what you're consuming. And just remember that. So whatever you don't eliminate, you're not really testing. You can test it later. But if you are cutting out, let's say you have some lingering issue and you cut out all these other things, and then you keep the protein, you might not notice a difference because you're still consuming something that's causing you issues, that's still masking it. So just keep that in mind. Generally, you want to cut out all those things because even sometimes a supplement form of protein, you might have issues with whey and you don't realize it. So an elimination diet should be done right. It should be done well. It should be done strictly across the board. It doesn't mean you can't implement that later on, but you might find when you have that, when you implement that back in after like your 8 weeks, you're like, oh shit, I feel fine. Cool. Then maybe that's something that's not negatively affecting you, which is a good thing. So, Brian, you mentioned a podcast about nutrition the other day. Could not find the name of that podcast. Can you mention it again? I don't mention a lot of podcasts, so I'm assuming it might be Paul Saladino's Fundamental Health podcast. Was it about female nutrition? He's had a couple guests on the last couple years that talk a lot about pre and postnatal, nutrition and things like that. So it might be that one because I don't really talk about many podcasts. So that's probably it. I think someone was asking me about what, like pregnancy or second or third trimester. I think they were talking about it. All right, let's see here. Any more live questions? We're talking about bacon in the comments. That's the fam. Tyler, do I buy my own cow? I don't buy a quarter or a half cow. I just buy primal cuts and stuff like that. It depends on where you order from. Some places you can go and order like a cow and you get all these different cuts. But I like to choose what cuts I get. If you buy a quarter or a half cow, you kind of get a bunch of all the different types of meat. So it really depends on where you get it from. But if that's an option, and that's a lot of times you can get like a better deal because you're buying it in bulk and you're buying it by the pound, or when you have a butcher, for example, it's better for them to sell you a quarter or a half cow. So they'll give you you get a better price per pound for sure. You might not get all ribeyes, of course. You're going to get different types of cuts of meat, but per pound, if you want to get the volume, it's better for them. They just get to sell, hey, here's fucking half a cow. They don't have to chop it up and try to sell individually over time. And certain ones don't sell and they go bad kind of thing. Ryan, Papa Soy, what do you recommend for a dairy substitute for people with a lactose intolerance? Well, nothing really substitutes for dairy. Like, I don't drink any of those shitty fucking plant or nut milks. That's nonsense garbage. I would, you might want to try something like coconut milk. I don't delve into any of that stuff. Have you tried, what are you referring to? Are you referring to something like coffee? You could try bulletproof coffee. That's popular. Grass-fed butter, maybe grass-fed ghee is good. You could also look into if you can get raw milk. If you can get raw milk from either goat milk or A2. You've probably seen like A2 raw milk. There's some places that sell an A2, just means like the type of casein protein. Certain cows have different genetics and it's a different type of casein molecule that some people that have issues with the standard one, A1, don't. So there's different options there, but I usually ask what the context is, because sometimes it could be something as simple as making bulletproof coffee and not putting, because that's great. You put some MCT oil and you put some grass-fed butter or ghee in there and blend it up. It's a really nice mix. Or just get better coffee and drink it black. Let me know what you're thinking about in particular. Are you trying to eat cereal or some shit? In that case, stop eating that fucking poison. Stop eating those wood chips. All right, Mark, what are your thoughts on a pre-workout snack? Is an apple acceptable? No, absolutely not. Fuck your apples. Okay. Yeah, you can have an apple. You can have a banana. Mark, it's okay. You go have your apple. I don't think it keeps a doctor away, but you can have an apple. Pre-workout snack, you're going to have to see what works best for you. Some people just like some black coffee. Some people train on an empty stomach. You might want to have a banana. Maybe you want to have, sometimes what I do if I'm hungry, because a lot of times I go to train, I'm just fucking hungry. I'll just have a couple tablespoons of raw honey. That's a good option. Get some sugar in there too, and it's really good for you. Nice little boost. So you could do something like that. I don't want to have a lot in my stomach. So if I have anything, it'll be like a banana or it'll be some raw honey or some mango or something like that. But I try not to eat much before I'm training. So figure out what works best for you. Those are kind of trial and error things, seeing what works best for you. When do you have your best performance, or something that doesn't give you any kind of like, doesn't come up, or what timing. The timing is going to be different for everyone. Tiff, Papa, how much red meat do you recommend eating within a week? That's going to vary from person to person. I don't put a cap on it. I don't measure it. I'm not sitting there like, well, I've had my meat quota for the week. I just eat. So I might have a pound or so a day. It depends. I don't measure it. I don't really quantify it. I just eat until I'm satisfied. I focus mostly on the protein and the fat. So if we have a little white rice or some sweet potatoes or some fruit, that's usually afterwards or separated from it. I usually focus on getting in as much. So if I have a meal and we have sometimes we'll have a little white rice and stuff like that, I'll focus on the meat. I'll eat until I'm like almost full. Like, all right, I'm full. I ate enough steak or ground beef, whatever we're eating, and then I'll just top it off or kind of have a little bit of the other stuff. So I don't have a recommendation. I would say it's really about like what your goals are and your protein requirements. Most people need more protein, and that's the most important thing. And that's really when you're doing any kind of nutritional protocol, that's going to be where you spend most of your money, is on the protein. Proteins are usually where you're going to spend the most stuff. Like what white rice is, shouldn't really be consuming a lot of that anyway, but what is that, like $5 for like 1,000 pounds of white rice? Because if you don't use it all, you can use it as like foundation for your house. Your sweet potatoes are dirt cheap, pun intended. There's usually dirt all over them. So, make sure you're focusing on getting the quality, right? The quality is important. Plus the organ meats is really important to get all those vitamins and minerals. I love the updates. Twisted Yo Girl, I graduated to 3 beef pills, Papa Swolio. All right. Good for you. Good for you. Excellent. 3 beef pills. So that's in a day. How you feeling? Just kind of like stepping it up. Remember what I was saying? Just try one. Just do a little bit. And then slowly. How you been feeling? How's everything? Let's see. Andrea, Papa Swolio, have you been to a third world country? I have not. And realize that everyone is thin, obesity, diabetes, etc. People just now assume that it's part of aging. How can I explain this to others? Fucking good luck. I've been here for 6 years trying to do that shit, and I still get people pushing me back. Dad bods are fat men. You fucking son of a bitch! You say that to my fucking face, you fucking fucker. Yeah.
We choose truth over fact.
I love Andrea's just like, how do I explain this to others? Yeah. Let me know when you find out. Let me know when you do. Let's see here. It's really the processed foods, right? A lot of the foods or the ingredients that we allow in the United States. How many of you live in Europe right now? You know that most of these things that we allow in our foods in the United States are banned in Europe. Like GMOs are banned. A lot of these processed carbohydrates and just garbage that we put in our food are banned in other countries. Why? Because of facts and science and reason and logic, but we just allow like, no, fucking profit. But we have education too. We have the internet. We know better. People are just addicted to these foods, and it's really hard to let them know. I mean, in other countries, they're not eating processed garbage. They're eating real food. They're usually a lot happier. They're not on their phones all the fucking time. They don't have all the same terrible lifestyle habits. And I'm not saying that one is better than the other. I mean, I sure as hell fucking love living in the United States, but I also take care of myself and I'm aware of it. But just overall, if you look at pictures from the United States, if you look back in the 60s, pictures from the 60s or 70s, people aren't obese. They're really not. And why is that? Because that's when they switched over from lard and tallow using vegetable oils. That's when soybean oil and all this other shit just started rocketing off, and they started demonizing fat as the enemy and all this nonsense. And red meat is terrible for you. All this bullshit. So really hard to explain this to others, but the evidence is pretty fucking clear. Pretty crystal clear. Let's see here. Ryan Papasolio, what do you think of vitamin supplements like vitamin D and B? Oh, you're not going to eat any vitamin B if you're eating meat and stuff like that. This is where a lot of people don't get quality nutrition. We're talking about the micronutrients. We talk about vitamins and minerals, and that's why grass-fed beef and organ meats are so important. Vitamin supplements like vitamin D, those things, as long as you're not getting a lot of fillers, you just get like the vitamin D capsules. They're super cheap. If you're not getting enough sunlight, definitely supplement with vitamin D, or you get like cold water fish and stuff like that. But get sun. Get sun. Your body stores and builds up vitamin D. So you could be in the winter without vitamin D for a little bit. If you're getting tons of vitamin D in the summer, you know, it builds up. It's a fat soluble. It's not really a vitamin. It's more of a hormone, but your body will actually build up levels of vitamin D, but definitely supplement through, especially if you're at higher latitudes. Like I'm down in Florida. So, you know, I'm getting tons of vitamin D, and usually, you know, when you're getting good vitamin D, if your shadow is shorter than, like if you lay down on the ground, your shadow is shorter. You want that fucking sun. You want that midday sun. You're not getting vitamin D production if you're going out in the sun at like 8 in the morning or 9. You know, you have to be there like noonday, high sun when it's fucking hot. That's when you're getting the most vitamin D. But you have to build up to that, right? You have to build up to that. You can't just go out, never get sun and go out and cook. You just have to go out for a short period of time and then go inside and be careful, right? But that's what we talk about, early morning and evening sun, in order to build up your resistance. But as to your point, supplement with vitamin D if you're not getting enough sunlight. But then again, why aren't you getting enough sunlight? Go get some sun your fucking nips. Hashtag sun the nips. Sun the fucking nips. Fuck yeah! Zombie need hug. I've never been to a third world country because I actively avoid California. There we go. Come on, man. All right. California. Yeah. Indeed. 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 All right. Let's take one or two more questions. This one's from In My Head 1958. Papa, when it comes to running out of motivation due to mental health, what should you do? Tell motivation to go fuck itself, because motivation is a lying, untrustworthy whore. And she'll cheat on you the first chance she gets. She's a fucking slut. Motivation's nonsense. You're not going to feel like it most of the time. So having discipline, having habits, having a structure, having a schedule, and doing it whether you feel like it or not is going to objectively make sure that you are pushing yourself through. All right. Force momentum, get it going, build discipline, have habits and structure in your life that you don't compromise on. Like I don't compromise on my training. Like I am getting my fucking workout in today. I am getting my fucking session in. I am training. I am doing what I need to do. And that can't be debatable. You can't just base it, you know, on whether or not you feel like it. And this is why you should train 7 pillars. You should be training every day. And when I say no days off, I mean no fucking days off. And what does that mean? Does that mean hitting a PR and doing heavy squats every fucking day? No, I'm not an idiot. Training every day means you're executing on something that's going to move yourself forward, and usually physical training. So it's mobility. Do a yoga class. Do 15 minutes of mobility. Fine. That's your day. You're really sore and you don't have a lot of time and you're just drained. Do a little mobility. Do a little foam rolling. Take care of yourself. Okay. Training doesn't have to be weights. Okay. It should be something that you need, something to hold that place every day. You need something, you need your North Star. And most people don't have any of that. And if you have that every day, guess what? You're going to adapt day to day. But overall, you're going to give yourself more opportunities to have great workouts and to build on the previous day, brick after brick after brick. Hashtag, but my thyroid. Remember, you know, I would have more motivation, but My thyroid. Oh no. Oh no. I would have more motivation, but my fucking thyroid. God damn it. Hashtag but my thyroid for a chance to win today's Swole card. Guess what, beaches? Guess what? It's time to go balls deep. Yes, sir.
That's deep.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Because your father was a woman.
All right. So deep it causes
emotional damage.
So deep it's going to cause emotional damage. We would have gone balls deep a little bit earlier, but my thyroid. But my thyroid.
I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness.
That's a real clip, by the way. Okay, let's get into a couple Swole fan posts. Not Swole fan posts. Get into a couple shit posts. We got a couple little pictures, and we just got to get warmed up. We got it. It's our appetizer. All right, the balls are slapping a little bit. Let's fucking get into it. What's in the box? First one is from
What's in the box?
Our very own dirigible, Reagan Chastain. All right, trash. All right, it writes, I saw someone write this in a space that was supposed to be fat positive. If you are in any space that says, this is a fat positive space, run. You're about to be eaten. Quote, I'm body positive. I'm on this journey for my health. Any weight loss is just a bonus. The problem with that is that you cannot be anti-weight stigma or fat positive and still celebrate weight loss or thinness. Absolutely. How could you?
How dare you?
They are mutually exclusive. If you think getting thinner is a good thing, you are still stuck in a weight-centric paradigm. Jesus Christ. There's no way she understands what any of these words mean. A weight-centric paradigm? God, how does it feel to be such a shitty person? In good news, it doesn't have to be that way. You can do the work to dismantle your own fat phobia. Oh yeah, I'll get right on it. Good use of my time. Weight loss is not a bonus because thinner bodies are not better bodies. Yes, but we probably don't have diabetes, so there's that. All right. It hurts to know that we're all human beings. Like, that person's a human being, we're human beings. Like, oh my God, do I have to share the gene pool with that thing? God damn it. Future generations don't have a chance if she's reproduced. I doubt it. I doubt she has. Who would? But all right, this is from the Mindset Nutritionist. You know it's going to be good. You know it's got to be good. She took her profile picture in a field of corn. It looks like. Is that corn? Is that corn? That's a cornfield. That's a cornfield. Field of gains. All right. The post. I don't know. This is like a Thanksgiving post or something. I don't know where. I think they sign up for Canva, which is like an online Photoshop for video, for picture editing and stuff like that. And I think they just choose like the shitty palettes. Like, can we get the shittiest designs, like the ones that no one will ever use on their media accounts, and they choose all the worst ones. Okay. It writes, what to say when someone says, quote, but fat isn't healthy. Okay. Well, that's true. Number one, no one's health has got anything to do with you. Well, that's not true. That's not true. I mean, we all pay taxes, right? Which pays for this fucking extreme expanse of healthcare. Yeah, there's a lot of issues that when someone's health has absolutely, we aren't able to defend ourselves as well as a country when we have unhealthy people. We have less viable individuals for creating new industry, for working, for all these different things. We have more people just becoming a burden on society. I'm not saying everyone who's overweight is a burden on society. They're a burden on themselves, but it leads to that. Okay, let's move on. Number two, no person ever owes you health. What does that have to do with your problems? Fat isn't healthy. I can't say true things. I'm not saying someone owes me health. They owe it to themselves. I'm trying to snap them out of that zombie state because it's good for them. They don't owe it to me. They owe it to themselves. What the fuck? What the fuck does that even mean? No person owes you health. All right, then fucking get sick and die then. People already are, so keep doing that. Number three, no person should ever experience bias or stigma, whether you believe it is in someone's control or not. This isn't a safe space. This is called Earth, and a lot of shit happens, and your feelings are not really required for life to move forward. So thank you very much for playing. Okay. You would have written a post that didn't suck, but your thyroid. No person should ever experience bias or stigma. Okay. Well, no person should ever experience the Holocaust either. No person should ever experience slavery, but they still do today. More today than ever before. No person should ever experience getting kicked in the ball sack, but people get kicked in the ball sack all the time. We can go down the line with that. All right, here we go. And one more from Nick McDermott. Gotta love this one. I love this, the bottom part of this. Activist, feminist, and an advocate. So in other words, unemployed. A little louder for the people in the back. Education about weight stigma and the experience of anti-fatness should be taught by those with lived experience. Oh yes, the lived experience. We don't need non-fat folk repackaging, rebranding, and diluting our experience just to make other non-fat folk comfortable. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but tell me you're fat without telling me you're fat. Very nice. Excellent. Well done.
House is a fucking prison on planet bullshit. In the galaxy of this sucks camel dicks.
I think we're going to change the name of Earth to Planet Bullshit. I think. It should only taught by those with lived experience. Okay, cool. So as someone with lived experience of being fucking swole and taking care of their health, you should do it, because what you're doing is going to lead to an early death and just overall fucking misery. And you know it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be writing these painfully just begging for attention posts out there. Okay. All right. So I don't care about you being comfortable. You're already uncomfortable when you weigh 300 pounds at 5'5". Fam, let's get into a couple. Holy shit. Okay. Okay, this has got to stop. This has got to stop. When are the videos going to end? When is it going to stop? I'm telling you, fam, every day I come into the podcast. I sit down. I'm ready. I'm like, we're going to fucking have a great show. And then I look in the folder and I'm like, oh. One day I'm hoping, no, I'm not hoping that we don't have content. One day I'm like, oh my God, there's no shitty videos out there. Everyone is going to the fucking gym. We are making sick gains. We're making America swole. Let's fucking go. Yow. But then I see the videos and I'm like, fuck my life. Fam, hashtag but my thyroid. Let's get into some balls deep videos. Hashtag but my thyroid. Drop in the comments down below. Let's pick a number 1, 2, or 3. What's in the box? Pick a number 1, 2, or 3, and we'll raffle this one off. But either way, no matter what you pick,
you lose.
We all lose. We all lose. Balls deep is like, we all suffer. We all suffer. It's so deep. Oh my God. Share the stream right now. Share the stream right now. It's so deep. It's so thick. Oh my God. The vein. I can feel the vein. We're so deep. We're so deep. Share it right now. You share this stream right now and someone's going to click on the link and then show him like, what the fuck did I just walk into? It's going to be like, I have 3 penises. Or what the fuck is going on here? My pronouns are peeny, pino, pinu. That's probably a real thing. Let's go with Aaron Rue, number 3. Aaron Rue, number 3. All right, there we go.
And that's the way, I like it. AC on the sunshine band.
I got hairy legs.
This one is called fundraising. Oh, shit. Wow. We took the... Oof. Aaron.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
All right, this is probably not the one we should have done first. But I guess we're just going to rip the Band-Aid. What's the best way to take off a Band-Aid? Just like Seinfeld says, right off. This one's titled Fundraising. Fundraising for my son's transition. I'm going to tread lightly. I'm going to try not to say what I'm thinking, but I probably will. I don't even have to explain it, but this is... All right, let's just do it. Fucking hell, let's just do it.
What's in the box?
Yeah. Anna Luisa says, I forgive you, Erin. LOL. Yeah, I don't think you're going to forgive her after this. Here we go. Fundraising.
So, for those of you that don't know, my name is Lyric. Today, making a video that isn't like the other content that I typically make. Basically, I'm raising money to help fund my son's transition-related costs. I'm sharing this with his permission. Basically, we already have a diagnosis of gender dysphoria for him. We have...
Isn't that a diagnosis of gender dysphoria? Doesn't that kind of like answer the question, right? Isn't that like, okay, there's something else going on here? I wonder how old this child is. It's going to be bad. This is going to... Oh yeah, we're barely getting into the surface of this one. Here we go.
Gotten his blood work done, and we need to start him on puberty blockers as soon as possible.
You're blocking... Oh, my fucking God.
Matt Damon.
Puberty blockers are child abuse. It's child abuse. Dude. Bro. Can I call you bro? Can I call you bro? Puberty blockers, that's child abuse. A child does not know at that age. They don't. They don't. Can you imagine how much this is going to be so bad in like 10, 20 years? All these kids that are just cutting off their genitals and taking puberty blockers. There's nothing I can say. There's so many words in my brain. It's just not even worth it. It's not even worth it. It's just, this is disgusting shit. All right.
Now, I transitioned later, so I wasn't familiar with how puberty blockers worked. Basically, my insurance doesn't cover this.
Castration.
Which is wonderful, right?
What'd you say?
My insurance doesn't cover this.
Why would your insurance cover it? It's an elective surgery. Puberty blockers? No, we're not going to facilitate you abusing your child. All right. What happened to gay and lesbian? What happened to gay men and lesbian women? Like, what happened to that? You don't have to try to become a woman or become a man. Like, you can just like someone of the same sex. Like, what happened there? Oh, yeah.
It's wonderful, right? The generic version of Lupron, that we have a 22.5 milligram dose that is going to cost out of pocket $468 per shot, and each shot lasts 3 months.
Those nails.
So,
what the fuck?
We need 4 of these
Jesus.
a year. It's close to $2,000. I have already exhausted most of my funds. I need help. I want to raise money to help cover his transition-related costs.
No, dude.
It's very difficult to come out with that sort of money
Fuck.
on short notice.
No.
I know that I'm asking a lot, but I would do anything to make sure that he is able to continue his transition seamlessly.
Oh my God, I can't. I'm taking it off. Oh.
Then there's something wrong with you. You're certainly not very good.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
That is literally insane. So you're fundraising, you're doing a GoFundMe so people can chip in on chemically castrating your son. Yo, bow, but you got money for hair dye, don't you? Hashtag but my thyroid. Well said. That hair dye, though. Oh, God. Do you think that there's just going to be like a wave? Do you think there's going to be like a wave of crimes from kids that grow up that doctors, cut off their genitals and chemically castrated them when they were like 12 and 13 and all this shit? Do you think they're going to get older and just lose their fucking mind and go back and just like shoot up like the doctor's offices? I'm not telling them to. I hope it doesn't happen. but there's going to be some, or just probably just commit suicide. I mean, this is just like people. Can you imagine getting older and realizing that some insane thoughts and manipulation from school and social media and your friend groups when you were 11 or 12 led people to be like, okay, let's cut your tits off. Let's seal up your vagina or whatever the fuck they do. No, I know we had the horrible fucking shooting at the school yesterday. I know that. But I mean, talk about warning signs. Talk about warning signs. Talk about like not having full development genetically from how you were born for your brain as a male. You're interrupting your body's sensitive chemical processes that allow it to communicate, allow organs to communicate with one another. It's just insane. It's insane. No, I hope they don't shoot things up. Most likely they'll just end up with suicide, which is, I mean, not saying it's better. I mean, it's better for someone to take their own life than to go and take other people, innocent people with them and just kill people, of course, but it's not much better. I mean, it's a lot better, but at the same time, we don't want that to happen either. It's going to happen more and more because it was already happening. It was already happening from people that were miserable and stuff, even later in life. They were just miserable already. They were unstable. They were like chronic, they had clinical depression, ups and downs. And now we're increasing the number. What happens when you increase the population of people that are going through this dramatically, like 10, 50, 100x? Like what's the percentage? It's so much more. So guess what the percentage of all these suicides and deaths, and it's going to be so much magnified. It's going to be ridiculous. It's probably going to be suppressed by everything in the media, but it'll come out eventually. It'll come out eventually, especially with podcasts and stuff like that. It'll come out. The truth will always come out. It's already evident. People are already coming out and talking about it all the time. It's so fucked up. Yeah, gross. Fucking gross. This is disgusting. It's disgusting to a child. Oh my God. Speaking of gross. All right, fam. Let's get this show over with. Come on. Fucking pick a number 1 or 2. Holy Christ.
What's in the box?
I'm going to eat after this. Oh my God. One of those images made me want to vomit. God. Let's take Nick. Yoke Nick, number 2. Let's go Nick, number 2. Nick, eh? Oh, Nick, number 2.
I gave it a 10. A 10. A fucking 10.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
If you vote wrong, you're not black. Okay. If you don't vote the way I tell you to, you're not black. Oh, really? All right, FamWise, let's get into another video. Number 2, this is called Fat is Not a Feeling. And of course, little septum piercing. All right, let's do this one. Here we go. Drum roll.
I've said it before and I'll say it again.
Oh
you cannot feel.
Oh my God. Frodo Baggins of the Shire. So this is a response to a comment on TikTok and it says, okay, but what if we genuinely fucking feel fat or actually are fatter than our normal body size? Not everything's about you. Yeah, not everything's about you, but it is TikTok, so it is all about me. Let's continue. Gross.
I've said it before and I'll say it again.
Gross.
You cannot feel fat. Fat is not a feeling. It is a...
Sure it is. It's descriptive of a feeling. Why can't people use words that you don't like? Oh, that's right, because you don't like them. Oh, safe space.
body type or something you have on your body. Fat is not a feeling.
Sure it is. I feel fat. When I eat too much, I feel fat. You know why? Because I ate too much. My stomach is sticking out and I feel fucking fat. Because feeling fat is so wonderful. Shut up.
And once again, with the part saying, and what if we actually are fatter than our normal body size? If you didn't associate weight gain and getting bigger body with being a bad thing, then you wouldn't be upset about it. So,
but it is a bad thing. It's not good to just gain weight unnecessarily. So someone can't use the word fat to describe their feeling, but you can use whatever fucking pronoun you made up and then other people are forced to use it. You see the double standard? You twat.
Once again, if you didn't view being fat or larger as a bad thing, you wouldn't be so concerned about gaining weight. There are like a million other ways you can describe how you're feeling about your body without saying fat in a negative context. So,
coming from someone that probably couldn't fit any more metal in her nose, like you're maxed out. So I'll take your opinions very seriously.
if that's what you have to say, maybe just don't say anything at all.
Oh, but it's so much more fun to hear you cry about it. All right, that was nice. That wasn't that bad. That was PG for the podcast. That was PG for the Papa Swole. Yeah, that was PG for the Mancast. All right, we got one more video, and of course, you don't have to vote for it because it's going to be brutal. But remember, we got another overtime segment on Friday. Fuck yeah, bitches. Overtime segment on Friday. Get access to all the overtime segments and all previous overtime segments. Get access to the entire archive inside Swole TV. Plus, we have our Balls Deep for Summer Release Party on Monday, May 30th. And as a member, of course, you get access to that as well. So another reason to join the fam today, plus priority access notifications. So whenever we go live, you get a text message a few minutes before that happens. So you know exactly when we're going live every single fucking day. Internationally, so we get a Swole text, SMS in US and Canada. We have the Discord and we have the Telegram alerts for those of you that might be out of the country. And we're making sure that you'll always know when the Mancast is streaming, so never miss a single episode of the most ridiculous sleaze stream in the realm. Join us every single day and look forward to you doing just that. Make sure you share the stream. We are live right now on all your favorite podcast and video platforms. So share the stream and share the podcast. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Helps a ton. That's the best way you can spread the gains. Share that knowledge cock. It's that electronic knowledge cock. Just like sending someone a text message with the link. Hey, check out this podcast. It's like a whoosh. You just slap them with a veiny cock. And they don't even know it yet. Yeah. Fucking do it. Do it. We got a question. But we'll take it. David, what's everyone's personal idea on sandbags and weighted clubs? Good stuff to buy or not? Sandbags are great. And weighted clubs? You mean like mace bell or steel clubs? They're fantastic. Sandbags are great. I have a 150 pounder. It's fucking great. It's good shit. Especially if you're traveling. Think about this. If you're traveling, it's a great thing to bring. If you have someplace where you can go get sand or a Home Depot, if you're traveling, you're staying somewhere, you just bring the fucking sack. You go there, you spend like $10 or something on sand, fill it up at the beach, and then boom, you got a workout. Bring your weights some places. All right, this one's called 420 pounds and healthy. I don't want to know.
No medication except my fucking antidepressants.
I don't even know what this is going to be.
I'm totally comfortable in my body. I just don't want to be in pain.
Some of these soundboards, I can't.
I'm totally comfortable in my body. I just don't want to be in pain.
Totally comfortable in my body. I just don't want to be in pain. So comfortable, but I'm constantly in pain. But aside from that, I'm so comfortable. All right, this one's called 420 pounds and healthy.
What's in the box? That's a huge bitch.
This insecure gym bro says you're 420 pounds. The human body is not meant to support
the whole screen. Let me remove the bottom bar so you can get the girth and get everything in there. All right. This insecure gym bro, I don't think so. Have you looked in the mirror lately? This is a response on TikTok to a question. It says, you are 420 pounds. The human body is not meant to support your size, and you can't do things that 90% of people can. Considering the majority of people are overweight or obese, probably I would say you can't do things that maybe 30% of people in this world can, but you get the point. Yeah. Please stop giving medical advice. Fuck yeah. I already agree with the commenter. So this person that commented is an insecure gym bro. Dude, bro, like dude, bro, like dude, bro, dude, bro, dude, bro.
Great Scott!
Bruh. All right, here we go.
This insecure gym bro says you're 420 pounds. The human body is not meant to support your size, and you can't do things that 90% of people can.
I can read.
Stop giving medical advice.
I can read.
For one, I'm 440 pounds. Thank you.
Woo! That got a whole lot better. All right.
I'm a fair guy, but this heat is making me absolutely crazy.
Okay, 440. All right. Raising up in the ante. Very nice.
For one, I'm 440 pounds. Thank you very much. For two, my doctor is completely happy with my weight is fine.
Okay. All right. Your doctor is the worst doctor in the history of mankind. There is no way that that individual should be practicing medicine if that is even remotely close to what is actually the truth. Get the actual fuck out of here. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's like a sports game. Bullshit. Bullshit. You ever been to a Yankee game? Asshole. Asshole. Maybe that was in the 90s. You go to a Yankee game in the 90s. I used to go to those when I lived in New York City. I used to go there and fucking, you see like 8 people run on the field in one game. It's fucking epic. Okay. Yeah, it's a soundboard right here. All right, here we go.
Completely happy with my weight is fine. Completely happy with my lipid panel. Completely happy with the fact that I cured my diabetes while getting fatter.
That Hansel's so hot right now.
Oh. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Third of all, my body supports my weight just fine. Again, I hit 200 pounds before I got to high school. I have always been fat.
You hit 200 pounds before you got to high school. You've always been fat. I wonder why. I wonder why. Anyone care to guess what the lifestyle habits were in his household? Yeah, he's just an morbidly obese person. I wonder what his lifestyle habits are like. I wonder what he does day to day. Yeah, I wonder what he eats on a daily. I wonder what like the details, minute by minute, of 1 week in this dude's life. Yeah, I'm just supposed to be obese. I'm 440. I'm just gonna grow. I cured my diabetes by getting fatter. Fucking, what a sham.
I danced hip hop for 6 years at 350 pounds.
That's not a flex.
Trust me, my body can handle my size. Fourth of all, the reason I can't do things that other people can do is because for the
I'm 440 pounds.
1 billionth time, I have incurable genetic chronic illnesses. Do things that other people. First of all, the reason I can't do things that other people can do is because for the 1 billionth time, I have incurable genetic chronic illnesses.
What are those?
First of all, the reason I can't do things that other people can do is because for the 1 billionth time, I have incurable genetic chronic illnesses.
Oh, it's a thyroid. It's a thyroid. All right. I'm not, look, by the way, I'm not making fun of this individual, but get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm making fun of you. Look, I don't want you to be 440 pounds. Apparently you fucking love it. Like, keep on eating that cake, but seriously, you're killing yourself. You cured your diabetes by getting fatter. Fuck all the way off. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. All right, keep going.
The things that I have cannot be cured.
I gotta know. Look, it's his medical business, but I gotta know what can't be cured because you're trying so hard. Yeah. Incurable, genetic, incurable. Well, you're not helping by being 440 pounds. All right. I'm curious. Let's see if we get
Literally at all. That is why there are things that I cannot do that other people can do. Because I am a disabled person. But being disabled has nothing to do with my weight.
What is happening here? What the fuck is happening here? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
It is not my place as a smaller bodied white man to comment on it.
Yeah, good thing I'm not smaller bodied. Smaller than fucking 440 pounds. Come on. Is this like the most contradictory shit? What else? What do you fucking expect?
Things that I cannot do that other people can do.
How is it so
because
long?
I am a disabled person. But being disabled has nothing to do with my weight. Because you see, I've been this size nearly my entire life and haven't always been disabled. And I'll do you one better. My girl
So disabled, I was dancing hip hop. Whatever.
friend is like nearly 100 pounds heavier than me and has zero health issues that I have.
I'm sorry,
zero. One better. My girlfriend is like nearly 100 pounds heavier than me and has zero health issues.
I don't know if girlfriend means like, I can't imagine what that fucking relationship looks like, but maybe a friend that's a girl. She's almost 100 pounds more, so she's like 5'30". Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You're fucking fine. Yeah, zero health concerns. Your body is literally a walking example of your health concerns. People, slap yourself in the fucking face if you think this is anything close to reality. If you're 400 or 500 fucking pounds, you can judge a book by its cover. Yeah. Yeah. That's the result of not being healthy. That's the physical manifestation of disease. Jesus fucking Christ. How is this only halfway through?
That I have zero. But try again, I guess. Like, whatever. You can sit here and justify your bigotry and justify your own disordered eating, but I have a healthy relationship with food. I have
I eat all of it.
Healthy relationship with activity and movement and exercise. I have pristine fucking labs in my doctor's eyes.
In your doctor's eyes. Is your doctor a cyclops? Is he blind? Doctor's fucking Ray Charles over here. Okay, my doctor's eyes. Your labs look good. They look good, man. Your fucking labs look great. Look fantastic. Where am I? Hello? Where am I? Where's this microphone? Oh, here we are. Okay, all right, here we go. Yeah. Doctor's blind as fuck. All right. When's the last time you took an inhaled through your nose?
Movement and exercise. I have pristine fucking labs in my doctor's eyes. I'm doing great. And even if I weren't, it's none of your fucking business anyway.
Well, you're on TikTok talking about it, so you're making it people's business. You're putting your shit out there. Look, is it anyone else's business? It is from a healthcare standpoint because we're all paying for your shit. We're going to pay for you to be like shoveled out of your apartment at some point because insurance ain't going to cover that because you ate yourself this way. But, all right, whatever. Okay. It's none of your business. Stop posting on TikTok if you don't want people to respond. Like you make videos talking this stupid shit. Someone responds with some logic. And then you're like, it's none of your business. Then stop posting online. Throw your phone out the window. Get off social media. You can't hang, son. Can't hang, son.
You're the one that doesn't need to give medical advice. I have been studying this shit for literal years. Literal years I have been studying this, like at a research level of studying it. Not like Google. No, like I actually have training in how to understand and read research articles.
The attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
Then you must know how much full of bullshit research articles are and how biased and how you have to analyze data and how cherry-picked this shit is and how many of them are fucking wrong and still let through the cracks. But hey, you can read words. We're proud of you. We are. It's good. It's good. At least your eyes are working for now until the diabetes comes back and takes them away from you.
Like I was literally going to be a researcher.
Okay.
Y'all are so embarrassing. Like, I wish you realized how much of an ass you make yourself look like because...
Bro, have you... Look at this guy. Pineapple. Okay. This is great.
It's embarrassing. And I would be embarrassed if I were you. But I don't have to be embarrassed because I am living a perfectly delightful life.
Good.
And my health is as great as it can be given my incurable... genetic conditions.
What is it?
But sure, convince yourself I'm wrong and you're right, and whatever helps you sleep at night, buddy. Have a great one.
Well, you're definitely wrong. That's that's not even up for debate. You're absolutely wrong. I'm glad you're living well, considering you're delusional. You should spend a lot less time on social media, but I don't know. I have no idea like what you think you actually said. Wow. We'll see how this plays out. I mean, I can imagine. We'll see how this plays out. Very nice. Oh, that was painful. Yeah. Look, if you're going to go through all that, and keep on throwing around incurable genetic, share it. You're so forthcoming about all your health profiles. What is it? Why is that so secretive? Like, I have a private genetic condition. Okay, then maybe other people can learn from this situation. What is it? Like, I'm curious. I'm not saying that this individual has any kind of requirement to say so on social media, but you're sharing a lot of other bullshit. You sure share a lot. What is it? What is an incurable genetic condition? Incurable. A lot of incurable shit is just because you don't eat right. You don't exercise. Like, can you imagine what this individual does? Can you imagine what this person does? Again, eats like garbage. A good relationship with food? Yeah, you know what that means. Yeah, I love it when obese people say, like, I have a good relationship with food. No shit. You're face fucking yourself every day. All day long. Yeah. Anyone? What's an incurable genetic illness? Is this thyroid? I wish your thyroid well. Maybe it's his thyroid. It sounds like it's his thyroid. Okay. All right, round of applause. Jesus Christ. All right, fam. Very important things today. Very important things. Now, there comes a time when we have a Swole card to give away, and it's an amazing Swole card. #ButMyThyroid. Today's Swole card, today's But My Thyroid, I think we all agree, this is a solid and potentially unsurmountable task. But today's Swole card goes to our very own Olivia. Our very own Olivia. Because Olivia is doing the impossible. And Olivia has to make sure she doesn't start blaming her thyroid. Olivia's on if you missed the beginning of the podcast, she's on a fucking cruise. She's on a cruise and she's sticking to her elimination. She is getting her eye holes blown the fuck out and just completely slaughtering her senses with how unhealthy this world is. And we commend you, Olivia. We will not send you the Swole card to your cruise ship, but when you return, hopefully you will have the Swole card waiting for you. So Olivia, everyone, make sure you comment. This is a Facebook post. Let her know that you won today's Swole card. Congratulations. Sorry to hear about your cruise getting postponed, but glad you're on it and glad you're staying true to yourself. And remember, don't blame your thyroid. I know a lot of people are going to be there like, well, I would stop eating ice cream and pizza, but my thyroid. So let her know she won today's Swole card. Olivia, send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 22 Diez in the subject. Your mailing address in the bio. The email, and we'll send you this Swole card. That's what we got for you today, Beaches. Let's nut this, Beach. And remember, drop it in the comments down below. Your soundboard of choice. Let's fucking go. Falcon, take us away. I know. Olivia's getting shit done, even on a cruise. You got excuses? Olivia does not. Look at Tessie being so coy. Look at you, sexy bitch. Look at you, sexy bitch. So sexy. That's sexy bitch. So sexy.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Another example of cake gender would be if someone feels like they have different layers or flavors to their particular gender.
As you can see, my nipples have been removed from my body. Where they are, I don't know.
I want the medical details. It's not his requirement. He's not required to give me the medical details. I want to know what genetic incurable illness is it that makes you 440 pounds that you just can't change. Come on now. Come on now.
There's tiny tuck, typical tuck, total tuck, and the tyrannical tuck.
Dennis, you're asking about sleeping. Come back tomorrow, but make sure you're in a cold, dark room. You have trouble sleeping. Cold, dark room. Don't eat late before bed. Don't drink alcohol. Meditate. Practice some yoga. Cold, dark room. That's a start. That's nice. That's nice. We got it now.
Crucifixion is good. Out of the door, line on the left, one cross each.
I like to caress rusty spoons.
I am the danger. I got you. I got you, fam. I got you.
I am the danger.
Undefeated. I hit my knuckles. Fuck. God damn it. Oh, he goes down. Oh, that hurt. Oh. God damn it.
Inconceivable!
Smack the frog.
What are you looking at, butthead?
It was my thyroid. Oh, my hand. I broke my hand. Oh my God. Undefeated. Yeah, undefeated.
How about I send you a whole load of dick cheese?
God. See what I do? Taking one for the fucking team. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can't use. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. I got backup. I got backup.
I better use my strong hand.
I better use my strong hand. Let me use my strong hand for the podcast. Thank you, fam, for joining me for today's episode 2210. I'll see you tomorrow for 2211. My strong hand looks good. Looks good. Cute. Come back tomorrow for another man cast. All right, Beaches. God damn it, that hurt. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. SwoleNormousX.com. Check out the show notes and the description for all the links on information how to join the Swole fam. Share the Mancast. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you bang your ear holes with this big, thick, and throbbing knowledge cock. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose, your boy Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, chill. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Whoa, my shit is relevant, on topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies.